People keep on learning. Soldiers keep on warring. World keep on turning. It won't be long. Powers keep on lying. Why your people keep on dying? World keep on turning, 'cause it won't be long. I'm so darn glad he let me try it again, 'cause my last time on earth I lived a whole world of sin. I'm so glad I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying, keep on trying, till I reach my highest ground. Lovers keep on loving. Believer keep on believing. Sleepers just stop sleeping, 'cause it won't be long. I'm so darn glad he let me try it again, 'cause my last time on earth I lived a whole world of sin. I'm so glad I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying, keep on trying, till I reach my highest ground. I wrote another ending to this song. Of course, I always mess it up. It's something like this, to give it a peaceful ending. It sounds like a Steely Dan song. I wanted to put a mellow twist to the ending, so I was kind of messing around with something like that. Something simple. just to end it with some kind of mellow instrumental, it's kind of cool. This song relies on all the bass, the funky bass, and I had to reinterpret it to something different. I think it's kind of cool though. Just to give it something cool at the end. Why did I pick this song this week? I don't know. One of my albums from like 15 years ago, or I don't know, 10 to 15 years ago. It's hard to keep track anymore. I tried to cover the song and a similar way I did it right now. I had an old recording from over 10 years ago with a similar style that I just played it in. It's drop D again, and it's just weird, funky chords. I got real weird with like the chorus part. Like I was just trying to do something different. I came to the realization that the best way I can handle this series, my musical DNA, where I pick a song each week that's been like a part of my life for a long time. I never get sick of the song. The best way to do it is to reinterpret it so I can't do Stevie Wonder justice by trying to sing like Stevie Wonder. I'll never be able to have the funkiness, and I never like saying never. I never like saying never. I don't like to say never because that's kind of like losing your confidence in yourself that I'll never be able to do this. You should never say that, but you have to be realistic about it. I can mess around and try to play it like other people played it on YouTube with the funky bass line and stuff. I didn't even try to learn that. The whole song is carried by that boom 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 boom. And yeah, that's a cooler way to do it. Mine's like a very mellow, spiritual rendition of this that I did come up with this over 10 years ago. I just had to teach myself how to do it again. 10 years ago when I did this song, I think I was in like DADGAD, DADGAD tuning, but I didn't feel like trying to learn that again. So it's standard tuning just for the top string is drop down the drop D. And I like just playing like that because it gives you a more of a bassy feel. Until I reach that highest ground. You could even palm mute it. It sounds pretty cool. It is kind of a drama arrangement. It's kind of a dramatic arrangement. And when I do these videos, I don't want to take all day to. I could perfect this, not perfect it, but get better. And I could practice this for like 5 hours and get really good at it. It's pretty simple. Like, I should be able to play that, but sometimes I just have brain farts while I'm doing this. like this. It's a very different arrangement. You can still tell it's Stevie Wonder, Higher Ground, but it's a totally different arrangement of it. That's why I wanted to cover it because it kind of fit my style more. It's kind of similar to the song I played yesterday, Machiavelli Villainy, in my Anatomy of a Song. I had it in drop D then too, and I played some weird chords like this. But I had the capo on the third fret for that song. So I wanted to do Stevie Wonder. Inner Visions is probably my favorite, just because I spent the most time with it, and I just listened to that Michelle Obama Higher Ground. It's a podcast about Stevie Wonder. One of the chapters is on Inner Visions, and it goes into the politics of the whole album and how he wrote the songs. It's really good. That's the only episode I've listened to so far. This morning I listened to it, but it goes into the Nixon era, the politics that Stevie Wonder was writing about. Even like Rolling Stones were writing political songs about this stuff, racial politics and stuff like that. And just, I don't know, it's the entire Intervisions album was just connected with me more so over the last 4 or 5 years. But even back in the day when I tried to cover this song, maybe because I heard the Chili Peppers, Red Hot Chili Peppers did it. They made it their own version too. Like they kind of made it a different funky version too. But I was watching a bunch of covers, which is what I usually do before I try to do something. I watch other people perform this song. There's a Sheryl Crow cover. There's Beyonce and Gary Clark Jr. A lot of people cover this song. It just has a good message, a universal message for anybody, regardless of your race, religion, or anything, man. It's about renewal. It's just about finding a new path in life and all that good stuff. And you can be religious, non religious, and anyone can connect to this. I speak about the Aretha Franklin concert in my book, Amazing Grace. I've always, I've loved that album for a long time because I do like some gospel stuff, and she does all these crazy renditions of songs. But before the Eagles Super Bowl, I watched the actual concert of it. I watched it like 3 or 4 times because it's like the best concert I've ever seen. And it's like I'm not religious. I don't go to church or anything. But even with my level of cynicism about religion and politics and just life in general, like you can still appreciate people that find that spiritual part of soul music or gospel music. I don't think Stevie Wonder is completely soul music, but that's a part of it. He's a part funky, the funk, the soul, the blues, gospel. He kind of just does everything, man. Like the coolest thing I learned today was that he did a bunch of songs that for other artists like Shaka Khan, Tell Me Something Good, whatever it's called, and Smokey Robinson song. Like he writes songs for other people and just like gives them to people. I don't know. I don't know enough about this to speak on it intelligently. I guess that was the whole Motown thing. People just work together like that. But that's pretty cool. Like there's a David Bowie story that he gave that song to Mott the Hoople or someone. I forget the song now. Was it Young Americans or something? Nah, something else. But yeah, that's pretty cool when artists can just give songs to other people, write songs for other people, and that's inspiring to me because that's what I want to do pretty much. Like I'm not gonna be able to perform a lot of my songs. Like, I hear other people performing them. So yeah, I said it before. If there's a Mount Rushmore of American songwriters, just American, like you have to put Stevie Wonder on there. And I haven't explored his entire like discography, the trilogy in the '70s, Talking Book, Inner Visions, and Fulfillingness. I forget what it's called, man. Songs in the Key of Life. I've listened to probably the second most out of any Stevie Wonder album. And I have to go deeper. Like I did a really deep dive with Marvin Gaye maybe a year ago where I went through every one of his albums from the early Motown stuff with duets with other singers all the way up to the 80s and stuff. I've never done that with Stevie Wonder. Like, I know he's got just an insane amount of material, and there's probably songs that he's written for other people that I'm not aware of. Like I just found out this morning by listening to that podcast. And he's just a brilliant songwriter, and he can perform stuff. Like his voice is perfect, man, for that funky style, like Higher Ground specifically, or Living in the City. Like he's got the perfect voice for that. And Inner Visions is just an album I can go through. Every song flows perfectly. It's one of those type of albums. I don't know if you would call it a concept album, but it's kind of like that. They were explaining a kind of like the story behind some of the songs based on real life events in New York City and stuff. So yeah, this song's powerful. The message, the lyrics, the music is just so you can't not groove to it. It's so good, man. The bass line just hits you right away, and it's just gonna stay with you. And it kind of goes through most of the song. Maybe the choruses kind of change it a little bit, but just that driving bass line, it's just one of the best ever. I have to learn how to play it because I was watching other people cover this song, and they were playing like a blues song almost. Like, I'm not even gonna attempt to try. I have no idea how to play it, but yeah, it would have been a hit today if it came out. Like, it's a classic song. Higher Ground. There's a reason so many people cover it and so many people play it live, and the lyrics are cool. I like the vocal melody during the verses. I tried to change the chorus a little bit just to fit my style a little. I cut out some words maybe to make it less wordy. Like, I'm so darn glad he let me try it again. 'Cause my last time on earth, I lived a whole world of sin. I'm so glad I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach my highest ground. There's almost a tempo change there. I don't think I did that, but maybe that would have worked there better. You kind of slow it down and then you go right into. But yeah, there's a lot more I could have done. I only tried this for 20 minutes. I wrote down the arrangement last night, yesterday, and I kind of tried to learn the lyrics, but I was reading the lyrics. Like I didn't have them memorized completely. Like I had a general idea, but sometimes I have to see the first word and then I'll know the rest of it. So yeah, there's a more emotional impact if you have the words memorized. If I could do that and just zone out and I don't have to look at my fingers where they're going, like I could get more emotional and get lost in the moment, but I'm not at that point as a musician or vocalist or guitar player. Like I don't know. Maybe I can get there if I practice this for like days and days and days and days, where it really did become a part of my DNA at that point. But I like it. I wish I would have played this better the first time. It would have made the whole song flow a little better. It's simple. I don't know why I was messing that up. It's pretty simple. I'm not really doing crazy finger picking stuff. Like there's a video, and I'll link it in the description because I don't want to say the kid's name wrong. He's like he had to be 10 or 11, and he's just jamming to higher ground, like on a classical guitar, maybe it was nylon strings. I don't know. But this little kid is like playing Stevie Wonder instrumental to higher ground, and he's doing the crazy bass line stuff. And just I'll link the video because I think that was the best one I found this morning. I watched a couple covers of people doing this just to get an idea, but this time it didn't help me that much because my version is completely foreign to anyone else, which is cooler to me. Like I kind of made this song my own, or I tried to at least. That's what I tried to do with Gnarls Barkley, CeeLo Green, Crazy. I tried to form it into a little bit of a different version. This one's completely different because I spent hours trying to do this. I don't know, over 10 years ago when I came up with this the first time. So, yes, I'll keep doing this series. This is more fun than some of the other stuff I do, even though it's not easy to do this. I'm picking songs that are very meaningful, so it's easy to talk about them. And everyone knows this song. Everyone knows Stevie Wonder. Like I don't think whether I pick an obscure artist or somebody that everyone knows, like I don't care about that. I just want to pick songs that have sticked with me throughout like half of my life. I don't know the first time I heard Stevie Wonder. It was probably like I just called to say. It was probably one of those radio songs, and I was probably like, "This is cheesy, man." But then you learn about his other stuff, his Motown years, and all the other stuff in his life, and the fact that he can play like every instrument on a lot of songs. He's playing like every instrument. Yeah, like it's hard to it's hard to really compare him to anybody else. Maybe Prince was like that, but I'm not a huge Prince guy. I don't know a lot of Prince stuff, but I think he played a lot of instruments. But you got to respect that people who can do that. He has a natural rhythm, just a natural gift for vocals and the funk and the songwriting. I'm not as educated to speak about his life. I don't know his life, but his life through his songs, like it's hard to deny how important he's been. And I'll probably listen to the rest of that podcast at some point. I think it's at least like produced by the Obamas or something, and it's got a bunch of other people doing the narration too. But I believe it's pretty popular. It was advertised a lot. I was listening on Spotify today for free. I think it was free. Um, but yeah, it's interesting to learn about. I only listened to the maybe an hour, and it's just about intervisions, but it's really good. It goes into this song, but it was more speaking of political stuff and in the 70s and more about living in the city, which is, I can't cover that song. I could kind of make a different version of Higher Ground and do some justice to it, but there's other songs that are just probably too hard to transform into something else. Because this song, Higher Ground, has kind of a spiritual undertone to it, even though it's so happy and bouncy. There is a spiritual undertone to it, which works in like a styling like I came up with. So I'm happy with it. Yeah, I could have practiced this for 2, 3 hours and gotten better, but that's not the point of this series. I don't want to say I want to be mediocre. I never want to be mediocre, but I want to do this quickly and then move on to my other stuff because I don't feel like spending all day. practicing. It's different. I'm not a performer, man. Like, yeah, if I was a musician getting paid to be a performer and I had to perform this later tonight or next week, yeah, I'd probably spend 8 hours playing it over and over again and memorizing the words, but that's not the point of this. I want to explain the song, why it's important to me, give you a taste of my own style of how I perform it, and maybe I'll lead someone to Stevie Wonder. Maybe some young person never heard of Stevie Wonder before. Like when I was in my car listening to, I don't know, B101 and one of those. It's actually a catchy song. I just called to say I love you. I'm kind of making fun of it, but it is a catchy song. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, but Stevie Wonder's awesome. Like, is anyone ever going to speak a bad word about Stevie Wonder? I don't think so. That's why my Mount Rushmore was like John Denver, Stevie Wonder, Bob Dylan, and who was the other guy? Tom Petty. Did I say Tom Petty? Yes. I said the same thing about Tom Petty. Like, who's going to talk shit about Tom Petty? Like, he's just, he's a great songwriter. He's so chill, so cool of a dude. I don't know these people, but their persona and how they come across, their public image, their songs, you can kind of get to know someone like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know these people, but they seem like really cool people. But that might be it. I don't know what else I could really talk about. If you've never heard Intervisions, the entire album, that's how I end it. Go listen to that today. And even though I haven't heard every single Stevie Wonder album, I think that's his best. Which it's kind of stupid for me to say that because I haven't heard them all. How can I compare them fairly? But that one's in like my top 10, top 15, whatever. It's one of my favorites of all time. And this is, I think I've only tried to learn higher ground in my own interpretation. I don't think I've ever tried to play any other songs off that album. Mr. Know It All might be cool acoustic. He's Mr. Know It All. That could work as an acoustic song. Too High. That one, I don't know. Like, a lot of these songs are led by the bass. Like almost, I guess that's why the Red Hot Chili Peppers like selected this song too to cover because a lot of that of their stuff is so bass forward and led by the bass guitar because Flea's awesome. So yeah, if you've never listened to the entire Intervisions album, do yourself a favor today. Put it on whatever wherever you get your music from, and yeah, it's maybe I'll listen to some of his other stuff today as well because I also make a top 10 list of my favorite Stevie Wonder songs. Every week when I do this, my musical DNA, I pick 10 songs from the artist and I'll put it on the post, a Spotify playlist of my 10 favorite songs. I don't want to just pick 10 songs, or I think Intervision is only 9 songs. So I'll probably pick 3 songs from Intervisions, songs in the key of life, because that's the other one I know really well. And then I'll try to find some other Stevie Wonder stuff.